2021. You made it. Oh. It's been about 2 weeks since I put out a video, and I thought that since we're in 2021 now, it'd be cool to put out a video about my goals related to indie dev over the coming year. So first and foremost, I think the goal is to get a game published on Steam, and I already have a Steam page in the works that's being approved for a game that I'm working on, and hopefully there'll be a video about that game pretty soon, and I think it'll be really exciting. The second goal, as far as indie dev or game development is concerned, is just this YouTube channel. The goal isn't new. It's the same thing I've been working on all along. It's just produce quality content that I find interesting. And I think the form that that will take over the next year will just naturally lead to less tutorials. I've made a lot of tutorials so far that I'm really happy with and put out a lot of videos. And I think they've been really helpful to a lot of people, and that's really exciting. And I don't want to stop making tutorials, but I will say that it just feels like it's hard to stay invested in making them just because the process is always just kind of identical. I work on a problem, or I work through a problem that I'm working on, figure out the solution, and then it's like another problem to market that solution towards other people or figure out how to boil it down into concrete, repeatable steps, and then I make a video on those steps. And it's really helpful, and I think there's still a place for that for me, but just because it's the same thing kind of over and over, it just loses interest for me over time. So some of the videos that I've enjoyed working on the most are slightly more on the creative side. Like there was a video I did, a devlog, where there was like a little skit at the beginning. I really enjoyed doing that. So I'd like to explore that a little bit more and just inject my personality more into the videos. And I think indie devlogs will help me achieve that. And it'll be cool because I can just kind of work on the game or whatever project I'm working on while I'm making the video. And they've been kind of separate in the past. In the past, it's been work on the project, then make the video, or at least record the footage for the video. It'd be nice to kind of marry the two. So that's the big goal for the YouTube channel. As far as numbers are concerned, I've got a number written down. It's fairly arbitrary, but 10,000 subscribers. The subscriber count isn't super important to me just because, I don't know, so far not very many people have watched the videos in total, but even the small numbers are really exciting that people are enjoying them and getting benefit from them. So I see myself continuing to do it for at least a while, even if the subscriber count stays what it is right now. Having said that, I recognize some of the paths to getting more subscribers, and I'm definitely working on that just because it's fun. And the more people that see it, I assume the more fun it will be. Outside of game dev a little bit, I'm working on kind of too many projects all the time, but the main one for me right now is I do want to finally finish writing a novel this year, and the progress on the one that I'm working on right now hasn't been around for too long, only a couple weeks, but I feel really strong right now, and I'm closing in on 10,000 words as of today. The goal is 50,000 words, which is kind of a ballpark estimate for a small novel. So that's kind of the primary goal right now, is just write as much as I can, get the words out, and then work through that revision, second draft. Not much to do with game development, but that's one of my primary goals. Picked up a ukulele recently. I don't think this is going to take much priority over much else, but just something to throw in there, I guess. Back on game development kind of themed goals, I do want to do at least a few more game jams this year. I missed doing the GMTK, Game Maker Toolkit game jam last year, and that looked like a ton of fun. A much larger game jam than I've done in the past. The ones I've done have always been extremely small. So I'd like to do a bigger one just to see what that feels like, having a lot more games to compare against and actually get pretty serious about competing. Plus, I think I gained a lot of benefits from the game jams I've already done, and I don't want to give up on pursuing any more benefits that I could get out of doing more. So at least a few this year. The last thing I'll mention, just because it's maybe interesting to some people out there, is that I am working on getting better at chess. That's been kind of a main hobby recently. It's more of like I don't know. I've been playing chess for a long time, but I've never taken it very seriously as far as like actually improving and studying chess. So I'm working on doing that right now. I finally hit a groove where I feel like I really enjoy playing chess every day and actually looking at the engine and analyzing where I could have done better during the game and things like that. So that's another thing. That won't have any effect on the YouTube channel at all, but still something I'm working on. The last goal that I'll bring up is something that people have commented about in the past, but I would like to set up a Discord server at some point in the year. The reason I haven't set up one so far is just because, honestly, I don't want to maintain one, and I don't foresee myself being very active in it, just because there's so many things that I'm paying attention to and working on that I know that it could be weeks that would go by and I wouldn't even check the Discord server. And I don't feel right about starting one and getting people, even if it's just a few dozen people into the Discord server, and then I'm just not even there. So it just feels like, what's the point, So maybe at some point over the next year, as the YouTube channel grows and, there's more support and things like that, I guess I need to set maybe a goal and just say, oh, if we hit this number, this arbitrary milestone, then there'll be a Discord server and I'll be able to put a little more priority into it. But as of right now, it's just, I know that it's not something that I'm going to put a lot of effort into. I'd rather just, if I have time that I would spend on the Discord server, I'd rather just use that making videos or working on the book or something like that. So we'll see. I keep my hopes out for that one, but that's all I'll talk about for the goals for 2021. I feel like that's a pretty good list and a lot to work on for myself. I'd love to hear what your goals are related to indie dev. If you have any, maybe talk about them in the comments below. I'd love to see them. The next video I'll put out should be hopefully I'll get one out in the next 2 weeks, and it'll be maybe a devlog about the game that I'm working on that I've mentioned but still haven't showed anything about. So look forward to that. If you have watched the videos before or this is your first one, thank you for watching. We're coming up on 3,000 subscribers, which is really cool. Again, subscriber count is fairly arbitrary, and I don't care too much. I think I would keep making videos regardless, just because it's fun right now. It might not be fun forever, but it is right now. But regardless, if you are a subscriber, you've been watching the videos, thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot, and I hope you're getting a lot of benefits from the videos, or at least they're entertaining. And I hope you keep watching them. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.